Hi, Maniac at work right now, but I want to let you know before we start today's video that there are 63.7% of people who watch my videos who are not subscribed to the channel. I always welcome newcomers to the comment sections, to live streams, and always try to provide you more different kinds of LEGO content, so be sure to subscribe down below and ring the bell for notifications. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll talk to you soon. Hello everybody, this is Maniac 4 Bricks, and welcome back to Studside Heights, my LEGO beach town, which is still getting some work in progress every so often, but you can check out the latest video of it by clicking the card on top at the end of the video or in the description down below. One of the things I've always wanted to have with the beach town is to populate it predominantly with signature figures from the community, from all different social media, from people I've interacted with. But the other thing I wanted to include in there are some of my own custom figures, just to use in a couple positions here and there, just for some added fun. That way, when I have an update, I can tell little stories or vignettes of things that are going on throughout the town, and it gives you a little bit more involvement. I've had some of these figures for quite some time, even back in the days of Double Deck Tropolis, back as early as 2014. So I'd like to introduce you my own cast of characters that are strewn about the LEGO town. There are also some LEGO figures that are directly from LEGO sets in here. They're not really going to be mentioned. They don't have any character, or even the ones that I have are not a fully developed thing. But I thought this would be fun to share, just so you know who's around. Of course, we can't talk about my LEGO beach town without talking about my sig fig. Maniac 4 Bricks is actually a part of the beach town, much like other signature figures, but I do carry the role of being the mayor, the head honcho, the one that's getting things done, updating things throughout the town, keeping everything shipshape as best as I can, and even giving little tours for new people that arrive in the town. The figure that's on the left with the white face mask from Ninjago is a small update that I had for 2020. Very temporary thing, but the same sig fig that you see on the channel profile picture. Around the days of Double Deck Tropolis, this has been my right-hand man for any LEGO town that I've developed. His name is Mel, and of no relation to anyone in real life. He's just a really cool guy that's kind of my advisor, checking up on things throughout the town, making improvements, and even just making sure that everything is running smoothly. So if I'm not available, he would be the one in charge. He has a radio with him at all times so that he can call in whatever services that he needs to, whether it's construction or any municipalities, all the good stuff. Currently, this minifigure is unnamed, but he's been around in my LEGO collection for a long time with this combination. He is the Fire Chief, and he has been running multiple fire stations that I've developed over time, and still running the current one in Studside Heights. He's usually a pretty grumpy guy. He takes his work very seriously, and he trains all of his firefighters very rigorously to handle any situation. This one's a fairly newcomer to what I've built for minifigures, and he's the police chief. He's got a very official uniform with him, a lot of security equipment on hand, and some knee pads and plating to help with his getup. But basically, he's a okay guy, just a little rough around the edges every so often, but he's a little bit more friendly to interact with people. While I don't have a secondary firefighter or any specific combination to share in this video, at least for now, I might update that over time, I do have a secondary for the police officers, and this one is the rookie cop. He's very easygoing, and, plays his job very nicely. He's very friendly with people, but he does get serious when he needs to. He does also have a double-sided face, because he's the same head as Frank Rock from the Monster Fighters, so when the shades come off, that means business. This minifigure doesn't have a name as well, but he has been one of my longest running minifigures, just like my sig fig, or Mel, or the Fire Chief. He's been through several LEGO towns that I've created over time, and he's basically the construction foreman. He's in charge of everyone's safety, as well as whatever instructions they need to follow. And he did have a brother with him, but he hasn't heard from him in a very long time. He wears a very similar outfit, which is from the Bandit figure from Rock Raiders. This guy's been carried around since Double Deck Tropolis, and he's often a little clumsy, but he does have a positive look on life, even though he does get into trouble just by accident. He says that life is full of surprises. This minifigure is the head nurse of my Lego hospital inside of the Studside Heights. She does a lot of the advanced procedures such as x-rays or surgeries, but she is also very friendly. And while she does take her work seriously, she tries to get to know her patients very well. She wants to make sure they're in good mental health as well as good physical health. This guy is the head mechanic of the newly established Maverick Auto Shop that's in Studside Heights. While he doesn't take his work as seriously, he does still try to do a very good job with anyone's repairs and being sure that they know what they're coming out with and trying to keep the cars in good shape after they leave the shop. Some say that he has a couple tricks up his sleeve or some secrets hidden away in his upstairs office, but that may be for him to know and us not to find out. This one's pretty simple. It's me in a train outfit. So instead of wearing a blue hat like I normally do in real life, I wear a black hat while operating the train, and somebody's got to do it. If I don't actually run the trains myself, I am also in charge of making sure they're all in ship shape, that they are replaced or moved around when necessary, and I have control of just about 4 different trains running one at a time. There is another named minifigure in this town. It's Brian S. Some people call him Bob. Okay, let's not dance around it any longer. This is my custom version of Brian Saviano, aka Bricks O'Brien. This was prior to him making a custom printed sig fig. I didn't obtain that one yet, but I had this one since about the Lego Movie 2 release, and I thought, why not? I'd just throw him around and have fun with him, just like other sig figs throughout the beach town. I just want to say here that this is not his design. This is not officially what he's shown through his social media, but if you see him walking around, now you know who he is. And maybe I'll get that other printed one sometime later. This minifigure is the one, the only Chokhan from Ninjago. I actually received this one from D10 Studios, and I'm very happy with his formal attire. Very similar to what I have and another minifigure that I have, but he's pretty well behaved. He takes his work very well. He's a hard worker. He is very helpful for other people whenever they need it. He's very knowledgeable too. And for some reason, he's able to stand as tall as other minifigures. I thought he was a bit shorter. Maybe he had a growth spurt. You know, honestly, I'm not even sure if this one's a character or just a scarecrow, but he keeps popping in here and there throughout the beach town and even the previous Lego towns that I had created before. He does have the face underneath, is actually Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas. That is before the collectible minifigures version of it, so it's actually a custom design. But I'd say it still looks pretty good. I actually obtained this one from a friend of mine at a video game convention several years ago. This one's one of the more unusual characters that's in my Lego towns. It's Rob Zombie, the musician. Like Thunderkiss 65 or Black Sunshine, all that stuff. So this is a character that was actually developed by a fellow member of my Lego user group, and I decided, you know what, that actually looks pretty cool. So I might as well try it out for myself and throw him around. He kind of comes and goes. It's kind of hard to tell if he's on a good side with everyone. There are little bits of mischief that can't be explained, but he seems to be there whenever it happens, so it's kind of putting him in a bad light. I don't know if he's the one who causes them, though. Of course, when there's mischief, there's always one likely suspect. Handsome Devil. He's popped around in my Lego town since 2014, in the days of Double Deck Tropolis, and he usually causes little inconveniences and different kinds of mischief all throughout. Nothing that's destructing property or getting anyone severely injured, just different things that are just holding up everyday life, such as the infamous snake incident back in Double Deck Tropolis, where he took a barrel of snakes and poured them into the surrounding waters, therefore making it hard for people to swim. It was an invasive species, so they didn't belong there in the first place. You know, that kind of, mischief and mishappenings. And he's usually found by his signature accessory, the hot dog wiener. And then there's this particular figure that not many residents of Studside Heights know about. She's been wandering through various Lego towns that I've created over the years, keeping things at peace, unlike the Handsome Devil. This is a minifigure that I've actually got at Brick Fair, New Jersey, 2014. same parts, and these are completely customized from the original brick engraver, Tommy Armstrong. While I was getting the torso piece and building up a minifigure, I found these exclusive custom parts that I don't even know where those are supposed to be from or what they were intended for, but they look excellent, and I thought it really tied this figure together as some kind of forest mystic figure, but also has a good taste in Lego. So there we have my colorful cast of characters that you'll find throughout Studside Heights, not relating to sig figs. I know that not a lot of them have names, and maybe sometime later I'll work on those names and try to work on some of the backgrounds a little bit further. So that way it makes it more fun when I'm showing things around town or putting them into different scenes. That way you get a better understanding of the everyday life that goes on in the Lego Beach town. And I may add a few more characters to it, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see more characters that will be throughout Studside Heights, or even some of the adventures that these guys and others will follow. They will be interacting with signature figures throughout the town as well, so you'll also see that as a cool little thing. Funny thing about Handsome Devil, he's actually been MIA for a long time, and it just turned up the other day. Maybe that's on purpose. Maybe he was off planning and plotting for brand new things to do throughout the town. And seeing a whole bunch of changes, it really gives him some ideas and schemes. So we'll see what kind of mischief we get into. Thanks for watching this video. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time with more LEGO videos.
Ask me about my
Wiener.